Our world of unity, how we can pragmatically create our heaven on earth through a regenerative ecosystem. So in this video, what you're going to get is just that. I'm going to go ahead and break down a practical strategy for how we can literally build this better world that so many of us talk about in a way that's very much from the ground up, in a way that's not about having to do any super high level stuff at first. It's literally from the seed, from the ecosystem, so it can be with ourselves and with our community in a way that can actually scale to the rest of the world as well. So quick about my story. So basically, I grew up and didn't have a very happy childhood. From fighting between my parents, from being bullied at school, from just not fitting in general, I had a really rough time. And so what that led to is me becoming very obsessed with personal growth and of all kinds, right? Both meditation and consciousness and psychology. However, also community, finding the communities that were really aligned and that were really healthy and that were having a lot of fun at the same time and being really successful at the same time. And that led to me being able to become a purpose-driven entrepreneur who's able to travel around the world as a digital nomad, who's been able to live in incredible communities worldwide, meeting founders of amazing companies. And through that process, once I hit the $10,000 per month mark in my own business, The Leaders of Purpose, what I realized was that it's not enough to be successful individually. I saw my vision forward and I thought to myself, even if I became a millionaire, right, all of these people who are doing this sort of thing, they're still sort of stuck, right? We're still stuck in this individualism. We're still stuck in just this feeling of having to get resources and hold them for ourselves. And we aren't really looking at creating this entire solution. And yes, we're looking at that as a society, right? Every year with politics, we're working to be able to create a better world so that way we can have people at a higher standard of life and all those pieces. However, when it comes to our community, we aren't getting to that level. And so we need all of the solutions together, right? And I'm talking about the solutions around housing and infrastructure. I'm talking about the solutions around being able to connect with each other in a really beautiful way. I'm talking about the solutions in terms of being able to go to events to each other, in terms of being able to offer services to each other. And when we can start to map all of the different areas of life together and bring all of the inspiring solutions that we see together, this is when we can really make momentum. And as we do that, we need to make sure that we are doing this in sovereignty, right? Because we bring all of the pieces together and just have them together. That's similar to being in a corporate setting, right? Where there's all these big pieces that, everybody's just a small piece in the cog of. So for this ecosystem, what we need to be able to do is have it set up so that everybody can own their own part of the organization. However, at the same time, we can all function together collectively in order to support each other more. And so this is the model of the world of unity that enables us to do that. So let's go ahead and start with how I discovered this model in the first place. Well, so basically what I did is I started with thinking about, okay, what is the fundamental nature of reality? And then I mapped that nature of reality to values as the most fundamental nature that we experience that reality. And so the way that I did this personally was through a combination of the color spectrum and the value spectrum. And so in the center, I started with pure light, and I decided that this was life, and that life covered the whole spectrum of personal development with our relationship to ourselves. Everything from spirituality to our physical health to the way that we design our lifestyles. I then went into white and black. And so here I decided these were the foundational masculine and feminine principles. So I decided purpose, which became the Leaders of Purpose, and love, which is something that I'm calling in with my partner. I then decided that from there it went into family and then home. After that, I saw it went going into trust and then freedom, and then joy and then service, and then communication, elevation, collaboration, art, nature, and technology, to name the main ones. And from there, then it went into peace, symphony, and legacy as the main three pillars. And so these became the foundational principles and organizations of the world of unity, each mapped to different colors and each mapped to these values, each of which would at some point be an organization that would support the infrastructure of this. For instance, to start, the leaders of purpose, right, which on this business side, on this masculine side, supports people who have conscious businesses, specifically in the life coaching, the spiritual coaching, the personal development expertise space to be able to grow their businesses, which will one day become the Masters of Life, which will be our platform in a similar way to Mind Valley, however, more focused on the co-creative aspect of what we're doing. In a similar way, we will one day have a home network, a heaven on Mother Earth network of the various, places that we can go and that we can be safe and that we can have the resources available to us to be able to expand. And many more that are to come. However, another part of this, beyond the foundational aspect of this, is the co-creative aspect of this. And this is the idea that we, with our world of unity, right, this is our world that we're building, and it's an ecosystem that we are building. And this is the cool thing, is this is how this gets to be something that is both enabling sovereignty and enabling togetherness. Because even in the most simplified version of what the world of unity is now, which is basically going to be this monthly video and then a monthly newsletter that's sent out, this gets to be a way for these different solutions to be able to promote each other. And so this is the call for this video, is if you have a purpose-driven organization that is around creating a better world, and you believe that the world can be a better place, and you see your organization playing a role in making that happen, please do reach out to me. And at this point, literally what we're doing is we're just promoting your services. So this is the intro video, and on later World of Unity videos, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting to weave together and highlight these organizations that come into place. So please reach out to me about that. In the Leaders of Purpose, we also have a mastermind that we're doing monthly. That at this point is a free dumb mastermind. So that means that anyone who qualifies by being a purpose-driven entrepreneur is simply invited without charge, and you can come and you can mastermind with us. And this is part of what we do in this mastermind as well, is we work out all of the parts of this organization, so that way we can really see the way that we can bring the pieces together, be able to make a better whole. And the thing I just want to point out with this is, again, the cool thing about this solution is it doesn't have to happen on a big scale, right? It's literally bringing the most amazing, most aligned housing situations together, bringing the most amazing events together, bringing the most amazing services together, making sure everybody's taken care of in their purpose and their business systems, right? Eventually, when my queen comes in, right, making sure everybody's being interwoven and connected with love, right? From all the people who are on the platform, masters of personal development, masters of spirituality, right? And we bring together all of these different pieces to be able to create that infrastructure from the seed that I think can be that best world we can imagine for us, where then we can bring more and more people into this. The cool thing is that as people come into these organizations that we steward, they really become members of our family in a certain way, right? We're able to serve them at a very high level, and we're able to teach them things that are very fundamental to us. That's part of why I believe in personal development so much. And then from there, they're able to come more and more into our world. We're able to have more and more resources in this world, and our world is able to grow, and all of us are able to grow in our sovereign projects at the same time that we're doing so together. There doesn't need to be a choice either between togetherness and, having to be part of the machine, or sovereignty and not being as resource. We can have both at the same time. And that's what we call our world of unity. So if that's interesting to you, do reach out to me. You can go ahead and text me at the number below, or whatever call to action is there. And I look forward to speaking to you all soon. As soon as we choose it to be, this is our time.